today's videos, we're going to go over two big news stories. The first one is we got an inside look at the cooling mechanism on the ROG Ally. Why does that matter? Because we love the ROG Ally and we're excited for anything that comes here, so we're going to talk about that. Also, it does look like we're going to get some big upgrades here to Xbox Cloud Gaming. Together, these are the clear sign of the path forward for Xbox. It's flexible. It's a player-first future that goes way beyond the console. I'm very excited about cloud gaming. I really hope that they upgrade it, and I'm excited for those upgrades when they come to compete with the likes of a GeForce Now. Let's talk about it. Let's go over it. Let's do this. So first up, ROG Ally dropped this video, and this is actually over on YouTube, showing off the cooling of the ROG Ally, the ROG Ally X. It looks, from what we're seeing here, everything is an improvement. This is just a further example of this is truly an upgrade over their last generation of their Ally, the ROG Ally devices, and I have to say I am here for it. Absolutely here for it. Remember, this is fully optimized for Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Cloud Gaming. They're calling this their advanced there we go, replay this. They're calling this their advanced zero gravity cooling system, and they're saying that this makes it the most portable, powerful Xbox experience yet, which is really exciting. Cooling is everything when it comes to gaming, when it comes to PC gaming, when it comes to handheld gaming. The cooler your device runs, the faster it runs, the better it runs, the longer it lasts, the more efficient it runs. This does run Windows, remember, meaning that it does have access to PC Game Pass, it does have access to Steam, and it does have access to things like Epic Games and more. Again, I think ROG Ally and ROG and Asus has done a fantastic job of building this device. From what we're seeing here, everything has been well thought out. Everything seems better, and this is just another example of that. I do have a question for you, though. Is the ROG Xbox Ally Edition the handheld that you think Xbox fans should get into, or should Microsoft have built their own device? I think this is the right move. This is a question that I keep asking, and I keep getting mixed signals on. For some reason, a lot of players wish Xbox would build their own device, and I felt that way myself, to be perfectly honest. I don't think that that's the case anymore. I just don't. I'm not sure that you need to, and especially, it enables you to ramp up your presence in these spaces faster. So in the handheld space, they can ramp up faster, they can learn a lot, and then one day, if they need to, they can build their own handheld. But I'm no longer convinced that they actually have to build their own device, but I could be wrong there. I would love to know what you guys think on that. Anything here that stand out to you on the cooling? I mean, from what we're seeing, it looks like it's just better. It's better, bigger fans, quieter. Cooling is a big thing here. Everything about the ROG Ally and the ROG Ally X, rather, is bigger, better, and I'm excited for it. I absolutely am here for it. Now, what I really want to talk about here, and what I'm very excited for, is we're getting more and more articles here that there are early signs that Xbox Cloud Gaming is set for a big upgrade. And this is something that I think is necessary for Xbox to really compete long-term in this new strategy of platform first, where, you know, you can play on any device. You use our ecosystem to play your games. You use the Game Pass ecosystem, the Xbox Game Pass ecosystem, to play your games. They're behind. They're behind GeForce Now. GeForce Now is clearly the leader. For those of you who have never played GeForce Now, if you don't think cloud gaming is the future, trust me, fire up GeForce Now and you'll believe it. There is almost no latency. You can play games like a Battlefield 6, for instance, at top, when it drops at top settings. And it's amazing with zero lag. You can do that on your MacBook. MacBook's not a gaming PC. It's because it's all through the cloud. They use their GPUs. They use their servers to stream directly to you. They argue that it's faster. There's less latency than if you had a box directly in front of you. Now, I don't know whether that or not that's true. Some technical guys are going to have to hit me, but it sure does feel that way. It really does. Now, Xbox has its own cloud, and it has improved. It's gotten better, but it's not to where GeForce Now is. And I think it does feel like they are heading in that direction, and we're seeing more and more articles like this. Now, the part of this article that I wanted to focus on here is right here. This is again Windows Central, Jez Gordon. He says Xbox Cloud Gaming on paper should be the equivalent to GeForce Now, but it's just not. However, he says there are new resolutions that were being noticed here in the code. The new resolutions are 720, 1080, and 1440, joining the existing 720 and 1080 streams available today. Why does that matter? Jess Gordon at Windows Central says the implication here is that these modes will potentially provide higher bit rates and thus sharper picture quality, and then overall better performance, and that you're going to be able to choose, and it's going to go up and down, and eventually compete with GeForce Now. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if that ends up happening and if Xbox can pull this off. Xbox, remember, is going away from their Series S and Series X blades that they were using on their servers for this to PC-based servers. That's what GeForce Now has. It does feel like that's what's needed in order for them to compete with GeForce Now. Now, think about if they're able to successfully do this. The vision that Xbox has been touting, the marketing that they've been touting, that this is an Xbox, a PC is an Xbox, a TV is an Xbox, your phone is an Xbox. This is something that no other platform is doing at this level with this amount of flexibility. And if they can pull this off, if they can get GeForce quality now in your Game Pass subscription, it's game over. I think it plays well internationally, where handhelds and cloud gaming are booming, particularly in Asian countries. I think it just opens you up to that billion user base that Phil Spencer originally talked about when he talked about Game Pass. I think these moves overall are about future-proofing Xbox as a service. And that's where we're going. That's where consoles are headed. Consoles are headed to this new service status technology. For the first time ever has enabled us to get there. And that's a good thing. And I'm all here. I'm all here for it. Final thoughts to wrap up this video. Let me go back up to the picture here, because the picture's just, actually, I like that one. Oof. I don't like the thumb controls though. Have you guys ever tried thumb controls on a phone? They're terrible. I don't like them. It doesn't feel natural. Always. That's why the expansions clip your phone in and give you the controllers. That's the best. Absolutely. I think just getting more news on the ROG Ally Xbox Edition is always good. It does look like it's I'm more excited the more I see about it. Today it was just cooling. You think just have a big deal on cooling. I'm excited. It just seems like it's well thought out. It seems like it's going to be the most powerful handheld on the market. And it shows, in my mind, this combination of news stories shows that Xbox is thinking beyond the living room. They're thinking beyond the console. They're even thinking beyond the desktop and beyond the PC. The upcoming Xbox Cloud upgrades show that they're serious. They show that they're serious. Is cloud a fad in the same way that VR was a little bit of a fad? No. Absolutely not. And I think it's important to reiterate this. Xbox is not just a console anymore. It's a platform, it's a service, and soon it'll be a device you can take anywhere, especially if they can nail the cloud gaming. If they can compete with GeForce Now, all of a sudden your ROG Ally looks even sexier because that has that ability, and you'll be able to do that as well. I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Will you be buying the ROG Ally Xbox Edition? And do you think Xbox Cloud will finally become the true next-gen feature that we've all been waiting for? I do, and I will, on both of those questions. If you like what we're doing here, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this all the time right here. Also, hit the hype button. Hit that hype button. If you're watching on mobile, you can scroll over. Boom, hype. It's there. Find it. Hit it. Love it. Have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.